Do you ever have one of those days? Well, for me, this one's turning out to be not so good. So I'm trying to rush to get the lawn done before it rains, and I knew the garden hose was there, and I was trying to be very careful, but I backed up right over top of it and split it. Now, don't get me wrong. I enjoy a good sprinkler just like the next person, but this is supposed to be a hose, and this thing cost me around 50 bucks. I'd like it to be a hose again. The funny part is, this is not the first thing I damaged today. I was weed whacking across the fence line, and I shredded right through my internet line. I repaired that. Now I'm gonna repair this. Here's our garden hose splitter. I purchased this for right around $9, and there weren't a whole lot of reviews at the time when I purchased this, but the people that did purchase it, man, they loved it and they thought it was easy to use. And so I figured, hey, you know what? It's heavy duty construction and easy to use. This particular item is made in China. Let's do a quick unboxing. Here we are completely unboxed. You can see that we have a male and female adapter with some clamps. There are rubber gaskets. One's already installed. I think this is just an extra. For some reason I have Teflon tape, and maybe that's to wrap around here to get a tight seal when I hook it up. Just so you know, these are metal, and I really appreciate that part. I've seen some of these in plastic, and that always makes me think like it's gonna break. The idea is you slip this part right here over top of the hose, and then you take one of these pieces and slip it into the hole. You bring this part up and connect it and tighten it down through the screws, and that's supposed to make a watertight, solid compression connection. Also in the box was this little card, and I see these a lot since I order a lot of things on Amazon, and typically what happens is the company wants you to give them a 5-star review and they give you a gift. I'm not sure if this is the one. That's why I'm always really cautious when I see a lot of really good reviews for a product. Well, just so you know that. Let's go outside and install our garden hose splitter to try to fix our split hose. Welcome back to another Jeff Reviews for You. And let me first address the hat. No, it's not another review about a Mission bucket hat. I just happened to like it, and I was walking through my local as seen on TV retailer. I saw the newest version and said, well, I just got to buy it, even though I already have 3 of them. Since I'm working outside, I've got the hat on. Now, let's get right into the review. The first thing we're going to need to do is provide a clean cut. So I have a pair of nippers. I'm hoping this will work. If not, I'm just going to get a knife. Cut once on this side. That seemed to make a good cut. Now we're going to cut the other side. Not as clean. So I've just used my knife to clean off any of the extra pieces of rubber that were there or strings from the actual hose. Funny thing is, as I was trimming this with my knife, I actually snapped the tip of my knife off, and it almost makes me feel like since I'm 0 for 3, I should just quit for the day. But I won't. Let's keep doing this. So I took my Phillips screwdriver, loosened this clamp wide enough just to get the hose to go through it. Now that our clamp is on the hose, we take this piece, and this is where you got to put some effort into it to get it to go into the hose as far as you can take it in. Once you get the hose to go all the way to the end, you can bring this clamp back up and to the tip, and now we're going to screw it in place. It's important to get the fitting as close to this tip here as possible. Then you get your screwdriver and hold it tight and tighten it down. Now let's do the exact same thing to the other side. We're going to put our clamp on first, then get the fixture in place. Sometimes you got to roll it and turn it just to get it to go in. So you want to make sure you get this pushed in as far as you can go. It's getting a little more difficult because this part is pushing against the hose. So I'm actually going to end up pushing from this end, but I want to take all this space here, make sure that's tight up against the hose. Just like before, when you get your fitting installed, you bring the coupler up all the way to the top. I can still turn this, but now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my drill again and tighten these parts down. I like to alternate back and forth so it tightens down evenly. There we go. So tell me, what do you think about this hose fix or hose repair? Have you ever split a hose and thought, man, what am I going to do? Have you used one of these repairs before? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you. With both pieces connected, I do have my rubber washer on the inside. I'm not going to use a Teflon just yet unless I need it. I'm going to tighten up this hose. If I do have a leak here, first I'm going to try to tighten it with a wrench. And then if I still have trouble, I'll use the Teflon tape. And just like that, we have a watertight seal. And just in case you're wondering, yep, the water is turned on. In this video, we took our split or broken garden hose and fixed it with a garden hose splitter. So what did I think of the splitter? Well, first things first, $9. I thought that was a great price, especially since to replace the hose, that'd be about 50 bucks. I really appreciate that the company that I purchased this particular garden hose splitter repair from actually used high quality materials. They're made out of aluminum, they had rubber gaskets, they even threw in some Teflon tape just in case the connection between the two garden hose pieces wasn't completely watertight. As I said earlier, I've seen some of these parts made out of plastic, and that really worries me that they're going to just break over time. I appreciate that these ones are made out of aluminum and comes with a 10-year leak-free guarantee. That is reassuring to me. The overall install was pretty easy. All you need is either a scissors or a knife just to cut clean ends of your hose. You slide it on the coupler, you put in the hose piece, you tighten down the coupler, and then you do the same thing to the other side, and that's done. Honestly, it's like a 3 to 5 minute repair. Funny thing is, if I were to disconnect the hose, I would have a hose that's 8 feet long and a hose that's 42 feet long. But together, my hose that is 50 feet long is once again back in action. Anyway, that was my full review where we fixed our cut garden hose with a garden hose splitter. If this is something that interests you, I will leave a link down in the description. This is Jeff with Jeff Reviews for You. As always, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you have a great day. Since it came with Teflon tape, I'm going to show you how I apply it. I know this may seem silly, but there is a right way and a wrong way to put on Teflon tape. First thing I do is I make sure I know which way the threads are going. I know when I put this adapter on, I'm going to spin this way, so I want to make sure that my Teflon tape ends folding over in that same direction. Let me show you. So I start on my threading, and I'm actually going to hold this piece down with my thumb until I get at least one time around. Therefore, now it's going to hold itself in place. I only wrap it around 2 or 3 times, and then when I'm done, I just break it off. Let's break this piece off. Finish folding it around, and now what I'm going to do is I'll hook up the other end, and because I went around this way, when I start to screw this in, it's going to go right into the grooves. If I went the other way, then it would sort of undo what I did with the Teflon tape. Now I know after I tighten this in that I have a great seal. I really do appreciate that you stayed around for my entire review where I fixed my garden hose with a garden hose splitter repair kit. And as you saw just a few seconds ago, it absolutely works and stopped the leak. At the beginning of this video, or towards the beginning, I was actually wearing my brand new Mission hat, and they are sweet. It's the bucket hat. Not that long ago, I actually reviewed the Mission hat and the bucket hat. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna link that video right up here, and I would love it if you would click on this link. And when you do, by the magic of the internet, I'm gonna join you at this review. So go ahead, click it. It's safe, I promise.